Her photo is in this video. I couldn't stop myself. I swore I wouldn't, but my heart betrayed me. I told myself this video would just be words. No names, no faces, no memories clinging to the edges. But then I saw her photo again and all restraint disappeared. Because how do you speak about someone who turned your entire world upside down without showing the one image that holds every unspoken emotion? It wasn't even a perfect picture. Her hair was undone. The lighting was dim. She was half laughing, half lost in something I'd just said, but it was her, the truest, most beautiful version of her. And that's the version I ache for, the one behind the filters, behind the walls. The one who didn't even realize she was already nestled in my heart. I tried to erase it once, tried to start over. A clean slate. Clear the gallery. Silence the memories. But every time I saw that photo, something stirred. Not just love, something deeper, more sacred. Something that whispered, this meant more than she'll ever truly understand. I've replayed that moment in my mind 1,000 times. Where we were. What she said. The way I looked at her when she wasn't looking at me. I still don't know how a single photograph can hold so much. But it does. And it's not because we had a fairy tale. We didn't. We had confusion, missed chances, words left unsaid, and time that slipped too fast between our fingers. But still, that one photo. That was the moment I realized she wasn't like anyone else. That she was the kind of soul I wouldn't just remember, I'd carry with me, even as everything changed. Even after the coals faded into silence. Even after we pretended the depth wasn't real. Some people drift through your life. She stayed, not in presence, not in texts, but in these moments. When I sit down to speak, and without thinking, I reach for her picture, because she mattered, and pretending otherwise, that would be the cruelest lie. So yes, her photo is in this video, not for attention, not to stir discomfort, not to complicate what's already complicated, but because sometimes you love someone enough to honor them, even when they'll never see the tribute. Her photo is in this video. I couldn't stop it. I didn't plan to speak of her again. Truly, I didn't. I thought if enough days passed, her name would stop rising like a prayer in my chest, that her smile would fade from the corners of my mind, that her voices soft, thoughtful, sometimes playfully teasing would stop echoing through the quiet. But some souls, you don't just get over them, you grow around the space they once filled. You learn to live with the emptiness they leave behind. That photo, it's not just pixels. It's a feeling, frozen in time, a sacred second where everything made perfect sense. Before life unraveled it all, she didn't vanish in some loud, stormy way, she just slipped away. Less time, fewer words, fewer I miss yous, and more silence, stretched out like a wall we didn't want to admit was growing. Maybe I could have stopped it. Maybe I should have fought harder, reached further, spoken my heart sooner. But I didn't. I hesitated, hoping maybe she'd return, hoping maybe time was all she needed, that the kind of bond we shared didn't just vanish. But sometimes people don't walk away because they don't care. They leave because they simply don't know how to stay, and I never hated her for that. I just hated how quietly she disappeared, and how loudly everything she left still echoes. Even now, after the silence has settled, after the distance has made us strangers with shared history, that photo still speaks louder than any message ever could. It holds the words we never said, the version of us we never got to be. Maybe we weren't meant to be forever. Maybe we were just meant to understand what almost feels like, but even an almost can leave lasting marks, and hers, it's still here, tucked inside me like a page I can't turn. So when I made this video, when I began this story, there was no world in which I could leave her out, not when everything I've learned about love, loss, timing, and truth began with her. So yes, her photo is here and I'll never apologize for it. Because even though we didn't make it to the end, she was my beginning. And beginnings like that deserve to be remembered. Her photo is in this video. I couldn't help it. People ask why I still have it, why I didn't just delete it and erase the memories. Close the book completely, but they don't understand. It's not just a photo. It's not just her face. It's a memory wrapped in emotion. A second in time where everything felt like it might just be okay. Even if it wasn't. And yes, I tried to move on. I tried to downplay what it meant. Tried to tell myself it was just one of those fleeting things. But every time I saw that picture, I remembered how it felt to be centrally seen the way she looked at me. Not like I was perfect. Not like I had it all figured out. But like I was home. Like I was enough. That look, it's rare. And unforgettable. So no, I couldn't exclude her. Because to leave that image out would be to rewrite my truth. Pretend she didn't shape me. Didn't soften me. Didn't leave behind a piece of her soul in mine. Even if she didn't mean to. There's something about a love that never got closure. It doesn't scream. It lingers. Like soft echoes in a quiet room. In the lyrics of a song. In the way some words still sound like hers. In the mornings when I still half expect her name to light up my screen. She didn't ask to be remembered. But memory doesn't wait for permission. It simply stays where the heart tells it to, and that's why this video exists, why I pressed record. Because some truths never found the air to breathe, and silence, after a while, becomes a lie. I needed to honor what we had. Even if it didn't last, I needed to say it aloud, not for sympathy, but for the part of me that never got the chance to say goodbye. So here I am, still remembering, still grateful, still carrying that one photo like a sacred keepsake, that not all love stories end in ruin. Some just end too soon. Her photo is in this video. I couldn't help it. It's strange how one person can live inside you, even when they're long gone from your life. She's not in my phone anymore, not in my inbox, not in any tangible part of my world. But she's everywhere in the small, invisible ways, in the hesitation before trusting, in the way rain makes me stare out the window longer than I should, thinking of unspoken words. She's in my writing now, more tender, more raw, a little more broken. I never knew a single connection could leave such a deep echo, but it did, and I still hear it. And that photo, it's not just nostalgia, not just a throwback. It's a mirror of what I lost. And what I learned. Because loving her taught me the lessons no one else could. It showed me that love doesn't always stay. That sometimes, timing holds more weight than desire. That two hearts can beat for each other, and still not find a way. And maybe that's the deepest cut of all. It wasn't betrayal. No final scene. No villain in the tale. Just life. One day she was there, making me laugh like no one else ever could. And then she began to disappear. Not all at once, but gradually. Like closing a book before the last page. We both started pretending it was fine. That the silence wasn't a wound. That the distance wasn't final. But love, if it's real, doesn't go quiet. It only grows louder. Ours just dimmed. But that photo remained. Because even if love didn't stay, the meaning did. I don't resent her. Not even close. A part of me will always hope she's okay. That she found the peace she couldn't find with me. That someone, somewhere, is holding her the way I once tried to with all the gentleness I had. And maybe that's why I included her photo, not to stir the past, not to beg for what's gone. But because if I'm honest, if I strip away every guard, I still feel her. She still matters. Even in silence, even in distance. Even if she never sees this. Even if the world has moved on and we've both dressed our wounds in other names. That one photo? It reminds me that once I felt something real, and maybe, just maybe, that's enough. So no, I'm not here to erase her. I'm here to honor her, honor us, even if we didn't last. Because not all stories need a sequel, some just need a place, a soft place to whisper, "She was here, and she mattered." Her photo is in this video. I couldn't help it.